Once upon a midnight dreary, what I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. Like someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this, and nothing more. Distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember brought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books sources of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken satin search and rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood up, repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating, then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madame, surely your forgiveness I implore. The fact is, I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you." Here, I opened wide the door. Darkness there, nothing more. Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token. And the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more.
Back into the chamber churning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again, I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what the rat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here flung the shutter, when with many a fortune flutter. In there stepped the stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stop or stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady, perked above my chamber door, perked upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perked and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling. By the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore, though thy crest be shorn and shaven, though I said art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marvel of this ungainly fowl, to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore, for we cannot help agreeing than a living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door. Bird or beast upon sculpture bust above his chamber door, with such a name as Nevermore.
But the raven sing on the lonely passage bus spoke only that one word. As if he saw in that one word he did appear, nothing further than he uttered, not better than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than mother. Other friends have flown before, on the morrow he will leave me, as my hope flowed before, then the bird said, nevermore. Stand on my stillness, broken my reply, so I've too spoken without a say I, but the other is a stock and store. Can I find some unhappy master, whom a merciful disaster follow fast and follow faster to his song, bore and bore, till the dirges of the whole of the melancholy, a burden bore, then nevermore. But the raven still beguiled all my fancy into smiling. Straight I will a cushion sit in the front of the bird, and buzz and door. Then upon the velvet sink I betook myself to linking, fancying to thinking, what is ominous bird of yore? What this grim, uneasy, ghastly gaunt and omniscient bird of yore meant in croaking, nevermore. This I said, guessing, but not syllable present, to the fall whose fiery eyes burn into bosom core. This and more I said, diving with head at easy recycling, and the cushion velvet leaning, and the lamplight gold o'er. But whose velvet violet leaning with the lamplight going o'er, she shall press nevermore.
Then my thought-ear credencer, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by servants, whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God had lent thee, by these angels he had sent thee, respite, and nepenthe, from the memories of Lenore. Quell this kind of nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil. Prophet still with bird devil, where a tempest sent, or where a tempest tossed the hero shore. Desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there a balm in Gilead? Tell me truly, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still with bird or devil, by the heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore. Tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aden, it shall clasp a Satan maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Where a sign of parting bird and fiend, I am shrinked, upstarting, get thee back into the tempest, and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul had spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit that bust above my door. Take thy beak from off my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore.
And the raven, never flitting, still it's sitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon that is dreaming, and the lamplight over him, streaming, throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.